Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to Bronco Mania. In today's show, we're going to be talking about what it's like to take this four-door Bronco Bandlands Sasquatch on about an 1,800-mile road trip. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it may be, we'll tell you about it. I will say it was a short trip. We don't have a lot of footage of us going through the flatlands of Nebraska and northern Missouri and South Dakota. Boring, so we didn't do that. We're not going to do a speed up video of all that. You guys would hate me, so we're not going to do that. But what we're going to show you about is when we got there, which is the Badlands of South Dakota, the Blackhills of South Dakota, and Wyoming. It's a great place to go if you've never been to that area. Mount Rushmore, Devil's Tower, all that kind of cool stuff. You got to go up there. It's pretty awesome. But we're going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. So let's just get started. Kind of gonna be her place to see the thick buttered cob. Corn. These are all made out of cobs, everybody. Everybody loves a good cob. Aw.
I like it.
Me so corny. Corn Palace. Oh wait, what's this? Got shucked at the Corn Palace. That's awesome.
I do like that.
I like got shucked at the Corn Palace. And we made it. The Badlands National Park into the Badlands Bronco. I want to make sure I went ahead and did that part of it. So cool, guys. It's an amazing place. Well, guys, we're at one of our stops here. I don't know if you can see it. That's the Devil's Tower. The famous Devil's Tower from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And it is so cool just to see that jet up out of the ground. It's really neat. And we're gonna go probably do a little hiking there. And I think we're gonna try to find us a trail too to go on. But let's get back to the trip. So we're hiking around Devil's Triangle, Devil's Tower right now. Not in the Bronco, obviously, but this is pretty spectacular. So if anybody hasn't done Devil's Tower in Wyoming, this is honestly a must-see. This is incredible. So we'll continue on, come back here in a little bit.
That'd be some way to leave your mark is if you climbed up and down that thing successfully, you leave a rag hanging from the thing.
Beautiful.
the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hello, everybody, and again, thank you for subscribing and liking the channel. And let's start with the ugly. And there's not much of it, but let's start with the ugly, and that would be the interior roominess. Okay, just the roominess. And let's start off with reminding everybody what kind of vehicle this is, what kind of Bronco this is. This is a 4-door Badlands Sasquatch 2.7 liter automatic with the Lux package and a soft top. And the soft top is really important because a lot of what I talk about in the ugly can be resolved with a carrier on top of hardtop. All right. So the interior roominess is really made for on long trips, basically 2, maybe 3 adults. Good thing we did not have 4 people because it would have been terrible on a long trip. And I consider this a long trip in a short period of time, which means you're in the car or the Bronco for an awful long time just trying to get to your destination. And so in this case, starting from the rear, the cargo hold area is very small. I mean, you can put a cooler in there and some other things and some suitcases, and you're pretty much piling it up, and you're pretty much to your. Now, this is with the back seat, obviously not down because you have people in the back seat, but so yeah, not a lot of room back there, guys. So as far as the rear goes, it's very minimal to what you can do. All right. The other part is you probably could get away with 2 full-grown adults, maybe 3, but definitely I'm glad we didn't have 4 in here because that would have not been a very comfortable trip as far as be able to move around and be able to bring things with. But 2 small kids, 2 full adults, you'll be fine on this, no problem at all. And if you're just traveling with 2, oh man, it's great. You have no problem whatsoever. It's a perfect vehicle. You have plenty of room. Do whatever you want. So the interior roominess, not that great. But again, if this is a hardtop, you could actually put the carrier on top, and that would pretty much resolve most of your issues. So we're going to say that the 4-door soft top would be the ugly in this situation. If you had the 4-door hardtop, you would have no problem whatsoever. The bad. All right. So the bad would be 2 things. Gas mileage and noise. So the gas mileage is pretty darn good as long as you don't hit over about 70 miles an hour. In this particular Bronco, I was doing averaging about 21 miles per gallon pretty easily, pretty consistently. However, when you're traveling in Nebraska and South Dakota, you're doing 80, 85. That's what the speed limit is. And once you hit above that, once you start getting above that 75, you're going to start losing your gas mileage pretty quick. But yeah, you got to keep up with traffic and, you want to get there. So yeah, you're going to go down from about 21 to about 15, 16 miles per gallon, which makes a huge difference. Especially, with gas prices as they are. Saying that, I knew this Bronco wasn't going to be a great gas mileage vehicle, but just to let you know, that would be kind of the bad part of it. But as long as you stay around 70 miles an hour, 70, 72, you're going to get pretty good gas mileage. Pretty good, for the Bronco. And shouldn't complain too much about it. So the noise. Okay, so another bad part, or not necessarily bad, but this is a soft top, and when you are going at high speed, you definitely can hear the noise. Cool. So again, it's kind of weird, but about the same mile per hour above 70, your noise really starts to, and I didn't have any way to test the noise, but it was much, much louder above that particular mile per hour. And then actually we did hit some crosswinds, and that also didn't help. But overall, under 70, you're pretty decent. And again, this is the soft top. This is not a hard top. So to be expected. Other than that, I mean, not too bad at all, other than the highway mileage. Once you're into the 50s and 60s and mile per hour, it's not bad at all. I mean, actually pretty good, better than I would thought. So as far as that goes, another one of the, should we call the bad parts of the Bronco. And let's get into the good. And let's just say the great. The Bronco comfort, these seats are incredible. I got to give just the best thumbs up to Ford on these seats. And I have, obviously, these are the standard seats. They don't have any electronics in them. It's just standard seats. They're not leather. They're just a vinyl, washed-out vinyl interior with the marine-grade vinyl seats. But the comfort level, most cars and trucks that I've been in, it doesn't take long, and my neck starts to hurt, my back starts to hurt. But this one, not through the whole trip, after hours and hours and hours of driving, did that cause my back to hurt or my neck. So I just got to say, just the seats were great. Probably part of that's from the ride. The ride is also incredible. For something on 35-inch tires, rolling around at 75, 80, 85 miles an hour, man, I mean, you can't even tell you're in a vehicle of that magnitude, and it's just so smooth. It's pretty incredible. I'm pretty impressed by the engineering on that. So the ride, the comfort, as far as comfort on your body, just incredible. The rest of it, the creature comforts, the touch screen, the radio, the sound system, steering wheel, all of that. It was just top notch, just great stuff. The touchscreen, just super impressed with the way they have that laid out. The volume button and all that stuff is just perfect. It's not on the screen where you have to try to fiddle with the screen to get your volume button up. It's just a manual volume button. Super nice. The air conditioning was excellent. I mean, it was 100-degree days when this was filmed, and the air conditioning had no problem. And again, this is a soft top. The air conditioning did well. A lot of people say, "Oh, there's no air conditioning in the back seat. It's coming under the floorboard." You didn't need it. It would fill that pretty much the whole Bronco up pretty nice and cold. I will say, man, the Bronco generates some bugs with that flat windshield. You're not going to miss one of them, guys. You're going to hit every bug there is to be hit. So you're going to have lots of bug juice on that. But I will say what I really liked was the ability for, you can put a whole gallon of windshield wiper fluid in the reservoir. And that is really nice. Most places, most cars, most trucks, it's just a small little reservoir. Not this one. It's a giant 1 gallon reservoir. You can dump your whole jug in, and you're good to go. So that was really nice. And the engine, spectacular. Just a smooth running engine. I have no complaints whatsoever. This thing has power. It's smooth. No problem with it whatsoever. Just a great engine. Overall, the transmission so smooth. Hats off. Great. All good stuff. And then, the last thing I was going to say is, as far as just being able to use this off-road, I mean, it's so nice to just be able to go off-road. But what also was really nice is to be able to take these doors off, and they were super easy. Now, I did buy the door carrying pouches, so it has a little setup there, but the doors were fairly easy to get off on the road and put back there, and I had no problem whatsoever. So it was really nice to be able to be out of town, not near a house or your garage, where you can only take these things off, and be able to take these off on the fly and run around with your doors off. I thought that was incredible. One thing I wouldn't do, though, is run around with your doors off, your top off, when it's like a dusty time of year. And it was super dusty up there. Not a lot of rain up in the Badlands. And that gets in everywhere. The dust up there is like speckled with little mica, and it's like sparkles everywhere. And so you're going to get that all in there. So I would recommend keeping your windows up and your top up when you're going to do that kind of four-wheel driving and that type of terrain. So, but again, excellent ability to take those doors off and really put them on so easily. It was just great. It was nice to ride around and with the open air concept, and I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. And then one last thing on the excellence, the overall ability for this thing to off-road in pretty much any situation, even though we did lose some of our video on our first off-road adventure. It just had no problem whatsoever. And then you go right back onto the street, and it's so nice. This just a great vehicle to do some easy and light off-roading. Obviously, haven't tried the hardcore off-roading, above a 5 or 6 level. We'll get to that. But this was fun. This was a fun trip. And so highly recommend it, even on these long trips. As long as you don't overcrowd yourself in that Bronco, it's going to be a beautiful vehicle to drive long distances. You're going to have a nice, comfortable ride, and your back's going to be feeling great when you're done. Have no problems whatsoever. So to end this road trip, I'm going to give us a final score out of 10, 10 being the best. I'm going to give it about a 9.4 for this long road trip. And I think that's a fair score. And I think most people will agree that you will love to do some road trips in the Bronco. Until next time, everybody, Bronco Mania!